Now persistence means what? Biggest problem. Some students, they work hard. They read, but the problem is today I have done the answer, tomorrow I don't remember. Worse, I have done 3 answers and everything is mixed up. Now this is the problem of persistence. Persistence means pushing the information in your short-term memory to long-term memory. So, in a way I give you an overview how to prepare an answer from 4 dimensions. Second thing, which is actually the most important thing, and I will be spending a lot of time there, and that is how to remember or how to push the answer from short-term memory to long-term memory. And I am going to show you some tricks here. This may sound very difficult to you, but if you understand them, they are very easy and very quick to use. So try to concentrate and try to apply. But before you apply, you have to understand them. So please try to focus your attention and understand. I'll be using some words and I'll have to use those words, but don't be upset with those words. You're already facing a lot of words to be remembered, and this guy is, adding more words. Attention, proliferation, and etc., etc. Okay, but we need to use those words. When we are preparing for answers, how should we prepare it in a way that we remember it long term? Is it not the question now to be answered? Yes, that is the point. If something is not measurable, it is not easily manageable. That is the rule. What did I say? If something is not measurable, it is not easily manageable. What is the measure of your answer? Do you count the answer in terms of words? Lines? Paragraphs? Is it a universal way of doing? Will you do it in maths? Will you be able to do it in geography? Well, there are so many different subjects. How can we standardize our strategy? Your ability, I repeat, your ability to convert an answer into a measurable unit is called ability to quantize. So the first technique I am going to teach you is the technique of quantization. Quantization. Quantization means make something measurable. If you don't know the measure, you can't even recollect properly and you won't even know what you don't know. And to put it in simple terms, it's like this. Suppose I have to remember an answer. Describe the different parts of kidney and explain its functioning. Okay, this is going to be 3 full skip answer. Right? Describe the parts of kidney and explain its functioning. So what I must do, I must try and break up that answer into units. That is quantization. Into key points. Now how to do that? There are techniques and I won't be discussing them, but I am sure everyone here has reached up to 10. They know what I mean. I am just trying to highlight that if you are doing those things, very good. Convert your answer into key points. We call each key point as a node. So suppose functioning of kidney, 10 nodes, 10 key points. So you have to just remember those 10 key points. Point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, up to point 10. This is the basic necessity. Every answer has to be quantized. Okay. You will say, how will I quantize mathematical answer? There may not be concepts there. There will be steps there. So if there are 9 steps, there are 9 key points. It is applicable to maths also. Don't worry. You have to quantize your answer first. We are talking about which phase? Persistence. We talked about preparation and I just revised so that it stays in your mind. Repetition is key and I will be doing the repetition part. Preparation. If you want to be good at giving answers, preparation, persistence, presentation. And what is involved in preparation? Conceptualization, factualization, methodical, and create. That done. Persistence. What is the first step in persistence? Quantization. Create points. Create points. Now what happens? Some answers have 40 points. My God, 40 points. If 40 points is difficult to remember. Huh? Enumerate the parts of human body. My God, and it's all details, all organs. 50, 60, 100. I can't remember 100. That is flat notes. It's called what? Flat notes. You have to remember 40 things. They say about short-term memory that one person cannot remember more than 7 things at a time. Let's reduce it. We will say 3 things at a time. Okay, under pressure. We can't remember more than 3 things. So some people can go up to 5 things. Use this is important. Now you have only 1 month, okay? Now you want to remember 40 things, now what? You quantized your answer, now you want to remember 40 things. The simple technique which humanity has used and we should use in our exam is hierarchical organization. What is it called? Hierarchical organization. It's like this. See, I have 3 workers. I am managing them. Then it becomes 5. Then it becomes 10. Now it's difficult for me to manage 10 people. So I hire an assistant, supervisor. That supervisor will manage 5 people. So I put 2 supervisors. So I manage 2 supervisors. Those 2 supervisors manage 5 workers. So I am managing only 2, no? But then if the number of workers go on increasing, my supervisors go on increasing. And it is good for supervisor also, because supervisor is managing only 5 people. See, I am keeping that value of 5. Now if there are 25 workers, I will need 5 supervisors. Now if there are 30 workers, 6 supervisors. That is again going out of my control. So I keep a junior engineer. And junior engineer will be working with 5 supervisors. And that way, the whole organizational structure is formed. So at the top there is CEO, who is managing 5 general managers, and those general managers will manage. This is how the management is done, and it should be done. This is called hierarchical organization. We may know this, but we should use it every day in our answering. So if there are 40 points, organize it in a hierarchy. I want to remember this body. First remember only 3 things: upper part, middle part, lower part. Finished. That is easy to remember, no? Body has 3 parts: upper part, middle part, lower part. Try to use it and you will see the benefit. And then only upper part. And upper part you divide it into 10 things, lower part, middle part you divide into 10 things, lower part you divide into 10 things. This is much easier to remember than remembering all the 40 things together. You got the hint? This is hierarchical organization, and take advantage of this. How do people remember phone numbers? 9820860292. People say, we can't remember like this. 98208. So what are we doing when we are breaking up numbers? Are we not using the same technique? You are using the same technique. Use it in exams. This is called hierarchical organization. So what is the first rule? Quantization. What is the second rule? Now third rule. This is why we are learning this, so that you can push things which are in your short-term memory in long-term memory, and then you can write them in your exams. Third thing. Now name 3 important cities of of India. So क्या आएगा? Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata. Second time the question asked. Name 3 important cities of India. Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. Third time. Name important cities of India. Kolkata, Mumbai. You are not good at remembering. Why? You are making a flaw. What flaw? You are not maintaining the order. Or what's there in order? I know 3 cities. Don't do that. Don't do that. When you are preparing, maintain the sequence. If you have remembered Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, every time when you revise it should be Mumbai, Delhi. If you want to make it enter in long-term memory, sequencing is very important. It's easy to remember movies because everything is in sequence. It is difficult to remember so many facts in our subjects because they are not in sequence. So sequencing ideas is one of a very important technique for long-term memory. So what are the 3 quick things we discussed? Quantization, hierarchical organization, and sequencing. Now you are doing all this, you are remembering the points. But don't do like that kid which I met, only remembering. Are you going to remember the points in exam, or are you going to write them? Write them. So at least, now it's only 1 month I know. And the way I am describing this, those who are already prepared, they can really take advantage of what I am saying. Now those who are not prepared, how they can take advantage of what I am saying, I will come to it. But at least once, you must write down the answer. At least once. If you say, I don't have time, I have to do so many things, at least write down the points. If not the whole is and the, therefore is not necessary. But can you not simply write down the points of your answer? So please, my recommendation, please write down the points. So 4 things I told you about retention or persistence. What are they? Quantization. Please help me. Hierarchical organization, sequencing and repetition. 4, writing, I'll call it repetition. Now there are many other techniques which I'll just brush through. Visualization. Functioning of a kidney. Some people are very imaginative. They can actually think and visualize how the kidney is functioning. They have done their job. They'll be able to write it in the exam. Don't worry. So if you can visualize something, but everybody is not capable. So I'm not putting it as the first point. But if you can visualize, actually now it's not time to experiment new things. If you can visualize, you must visualize. And a part of visualization is also diagrams. So very important. Diagrams are tremendous aid for pushing the answer in long-term memory. Even some students, even if the answer doesn't have diagram, they draw diagram. Naturally, their brain is telling them draw diagram. Why? Because they are inherently knowing, latently knowing, intuitively knowing that diagram will push the answer in the long-term memory. So use a lot of diagrams, use visualizations if you can, and last but not the least, as far as persistence is concerned, use metaphors. You have heard of this word metaphor? And what I mean by metaphor, that you may not relate because you are thinking of metaphor of English. But what I am trying to tell you is, suppose somebody wants to understand an aeroplane and he has never seen an aeroplane. Now I want to explain him what is aeroplane and he'll have to wait for 1 year before he sees the aeroplane. Now how do I start? It's so difficult. So I show him sparrow. See this sparrow? See it has 2 wings. See it flies. I know, in a way I am cheating. Sparrow is not aeroplane. But you know, there is some educational value in it. The person is understanding something about aeroplane. Use these techniques when you don't understand concepts. This can be elaborated. Use some internal idea to remember things. There are memory experts like by heart what? Suppose you want to go to market. They make you by heart the list of 200 things you will purchase from the market. Wow! They'll make you by heart 500 people sitting in the hall. You can by heart them. When you want to remember numbers which are absolutely disconnected, you can use this technique. What he does, he says you want to purchase a clock and take a broom and you're forgetting it. Then do some weird visualization. Like I go out of the house, instead of my bag, I am having a clock. And then when I am going, and then I go to the shop, and then after I come out of the shop, everybody is watching me, everybody is staring me, because instead of tail, I have put a broom, and I am walking on the road, cleaning the road. He says this type of some weird, extraordinary visualization, you can't forget. And in this story, he has woven the clock and the broom. So as crisis management, when you can't remember things, you can make up some stories because you'll have to remember so many words. So I just illustrate the things which I discussed. Quantization. Okay, you should help me, right? Repetition. Yeah. Quantization, then hierarchical organization, sequencing, repetition, visualization and metaphor.